You seen PJ's recent TikTok? I can't say that I have now. What he said? What's up, Nick? How's it going, man? How do you see the market going up or down? See us coming back to this point right here for right now. We'll see what happens when the market opens. What's up, Swish? How's it going, man? What's the indicators? It's a PJ Trades IFVG indicator. What's your strategy? Trade heavy order flow, momentum combined with ICT structure analysis, mostly looking for unicorn models. Sweeps of session highs and lows, V-shaped recovery like this. I also don't trade outside of market hours, so I wait for 9:30. What up? You sent me pictures of a banana tree with lights. Where'd you send it? TikTok? I'll check it. Parka, what in the world, bro? Where have you been? What up, K1? What up, what up, what up? How you guys doing? Have I seen Belichick yet? Yeah, I have. Thoughts on SPY? If you're talking about options, I don't mess with options. I trade futures. You already have enough confluences to enter trade. Go for it, man. You first. One blown funded? What happened? Broderick, what up? Yeah, it is PJ's indicator. Dang, man. I'm glad you're doing better. I wish I had known that, bro. You broke your rules, and the market makes you pay. It's kind of a little bit of a blessing, man, because it's reinforcement that the rules are there for a reason. Are you doing better now, Parka? My man said I'm already in. One of my rules, my guy, is that I don't trade outside of 9:30. So 9:30 to about 11, that's my time zone. It's my kill zone, if you will. Dang, man. Yeah, I'm definitely glad you're doing better. That's rough. Should I stay away from trading 9:30? Depends on your rules, man. Depends on your rules and what your prop firm rules are. Most prop firms, if you're unfunded, don't like you to be in a trade 1 minute before, during, or after a red folder news event. So it just depends on your rules. Hugo, you talking about the NASDAQ moving to 24/7? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I don't think that's that big of a deal, to be honest, if you think about it. I mean, the actual market is still not going to be open until 9:30. Um, well, let's say that I might have this backwards. Let's say it is the actual market that's going to be 24/7. The futures market will still be 20, what is it now? 24/5 or 23/5. I still think that 9:30, the market open and closes are still going to be the relevant time frames to be involved in the market, rather than, it's like, yeah, we got Asia session right now. You got Asia and London, and still New York is the better session to be, in my opinion. The more has the more volume. So I don't think it would be that big of a deal, to be honest. I think what it would be a big deal for is the degenerates that are trading every time the price is moving, and they're going to be having an even harder time being successful. As soon as you opened TikTok, you saw everyone was quitting trading. I hadn't seen that. How's it going, Uncle Chris? I see you up there. You think it'll take London low and then bullish? We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't like to make predictions. What's your bias for today? Haven't established one yet. If I was just going off of my gut, I'd say we're bullish, but we'll see. We shall see. Thoughts on SPY, not trading options. This is futures. How was your Monday? It was good, man. It was good. No trades yesterday. I guess technically that's not completely accurate. I opened and closed a couple of micros to be able to get a counted trading day for my Apex payouts. But in terms of taking it serious, strategized, analyzed trade, no trades yesterday. Moving to YouTube. Okay, Carlo, I'll see you over there. What's up, Bez? How's it going, man? There he is. Bad news for you yesterday, right? And everything was just swept. I don't necessarily see it that way. I think we could come down, rebalance, and then continue higher, or it could just dump. The market has seemed to be in a mood to dump recently, so we'll see. Tapping into this 15 right now. We got a 2-hour right here that we're tapping into as well. 4-hour that we're in the middle of. We'll see after the market opens. And we're going to keep an eye. We got news at 10:45 or 9:45, so be super patient. Super patient. There's nothing wrong with not taking a trade. I feel like so many people, if you come to the realization and come to grips with the fact that it is perfectly fine in the long run to not take a trade every single day, your approach to what you're looking for and how you look for things will be completely different. What's up, Fox? How's it going? Do you know Apex rules on CPI? If you're unfunded, you cannot trade news. I'm almost 100% sure of that. If you're unfunded and you're trying to trade news like that, I'd highly recommend against it. I've broken my rules twice. Both times I've been punished. Exactly. They're there for a reason, man. The rules are there for a reason. Eval is definitely good, Cornelius. Yeah, Apex evals are good. By the way, today is the last day of that 90% off sale. So if you guys end up making an oopsie on these news events, I'd reload. Today's Tuesday, right? Tuesday, yeah. Today at midnight it ends. What firms are you using? I want to move from Top Step, but they're cheapest. Currently I'm funded on Apex and on Take Profit Trader. Tradeify, what's up, Diminish? How's it going, man? Tradeify, My Funded Futures, Alpha Futures, those are good firms as well. Got my Apex account. What is the rule with trading 1 minute before? It's for fundeds, BCS. I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to trade news with Apex. I don't know that to be a fact because I don't try to trade the news, because I'm also trading Take Profit Trader in conjunction with my Apex accounts. I know for a fact that Take Profit Trader does not allow you to trade 1 minute before, during, or after the news. So I just don't do it regardless. It's not a part of my trading strategy. I'm not looking for the fireworks for a home run. I'm successful enough trading regular setups, regular time frames, so I don't need to try to time the news perfectly. I don't think anybody should really do that. If you're trading order flow momentum strictly, that's your probably, you wait for those days specifically to trade. But for ICT setups and stuff, you can have your whole model completely blown out of the water when you have these big news events. It's $40 activation fee, Bez. Pretty sure, something like that. All in, I think it's like 84 bucks right now. I can't remember the exact deal. I know it's 90% off the evals. No, Apex is not 160, 196. It's dude, it's super cheap right now. I think it's like 80 bucks all in or something like that. 84 bucks all in. Something crazy. Here it is. 196 is now 90% off for $19.60. 90% off first month, 90% off recurring, which you should, or 50% off recurring, which you shouldn't do. You should just close the account if you don't pass within 30 days. So for the 25K account, 50K account, and 100K account, it's $84.60 all in. That's with the eval and activation. For the 150K account, 250K account, and 300K account, it's $144.60 all in. The 50Ks are the way to go. But you guys do whatever you want. There's no consistency rule. You can trade the news for the evals. So you full port the news today on an eval and you pass it, you pass the account. 50K is the best, Cornelius, in my opinion. That's what I trade. Eval rules are not bad at all. It's the funded rules that you got to really pay attention to diminish. There's consistency rule. There's an MAE rule, which means that like you cannot be in a trade that goes negative more than 30% of your total allotted drawdown that you have at the time of the trade. So you got to make sure that you're not, YOLOing trades and allowing a ton of drawdown and all that. But for the most part, if you can trade responsibly, you have a set of rules that you stick to where your risk management is proper for a professional trader, you're not going to have any issues. For TPT eval, how many days do you need to pass? 5. What's the cut they take from you? Nothing. They don't take anything on the first 25,000, DeAndre. You keep 100% of the first 25,000 that you make per account with Apex. I'm not sure, James. James says, what happens if I don't activate my Apex account within the first 48 hours? I have no idea. Never done that. What I would suggest is if you're worried about not having the money for the activation fee or you don't want to activate it yet, keep your profit level just below passing and to just open and close a micro every day to keep the account active. You see Brooks Brothers? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We're looking for longs or shorts. I'm honestly bullish on the day today, man, but right now we're delivering out of these higher time frame bearish gaps. Just touched into this 2-hour gap down here and rejected right out of it. This is ES. So same thing happened on NQ. Touched into this 2-hour, pushed right back out. I want to see us potentially sweep these lows and then go. We're delivering out of this 4 hour that you can see over here. So I'd like to see us come back down, take the London low potentially and go higher, or within the next 50 minutes, invert this 4 hour and go higher. But we're going to stay patient. I could be completely wrong about that, and we could just absolutely dump. So we'll see what we get. What was the other firm you said that wasn't Apex? Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader. You already passed the account. It should be like 40 bucks, James, the activation fee, something like that. If you got a 50K account, I think it's like 40 bucks, maybe more. It's 84.19 in that one I said, so minus the 19. Yeah, you should be good. What's the max you can withdraw on a 300K? I'm not totally sure. Let's see. I know for a 50K, it's 2,000 for the first 5 payouts. The 6 payouts unlimited. Opinion on market switching to 24/5, not a big deal. It's actually 24/7 that they're talking about, not 24/5. Let's see here. Max payout for a 300K is 3,500 for the first 5. Why is the 50K best? Easiest target profit, in my opinion. You get 2,500 to draw down. You know, you can stack them quick. They're cheap. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? Doing great. Doing great over here. Cannot complain. What's up, Ty? How's it going, man? Chad, I don't think it's going to have much of an effect. It's going to be like Asia or whatever's going, you know, the way that Asia and those other off-hour sessions happen now. I don't think the volatility will be there. I don't think the volume will be there. I think the biggest thing that'll be the problem with it is that people who are having trouble sticking to rules already, who think that every time that price is moving, they have to be sitting here staring at the charts. I think for those people, it's going to be diabolical. They're going to have a really hard time staying disciplined and not clicking the button. And they're going to end up spending a lot of money on evals. I think for people who are serious about this, and I would hope that more people fall into this category, but people who are serious about this, who trade a specific set time zone with set rules and set risk management, I don't think it's going to have any effect whatsoever because it's not going to change what they do. What percentage of gains? I don't do a percentage. I just look to take max payouts on each of my Apex accounts every time there's an available payout window. 20 accounts, typically it averages out to 2 payouts per month right now. So you can do the math. 2K max per account times 20, and then times 2, because 2 times a month. The TPT daily withdrawals typically my average I think right now is like $450 per account. And I have 5 accounts, so that's on a daily. Schulenberg, is that how you say that? Schulenberg, you said I'm down 25K on evals and XFA fees in the last year and a half. Sounds about right. The craziest thing to say though, man, is once you're profitable within the first month, you'll make that. I mean, at least from my experience, some people when they're not profitable, when they start taking payouts, it might take a little while, but there will be months where you'll do double that at some point, man. If you stick to it, you figure out what's not working, you start to develop a system that's successful, you set some rules for yourself that you stick to. Once you're successful doing this, you'll have months where that's like that 25K that you have right now that you're down, that'll be a slow month when you're making that back. That's not some pie in the sky, far away thing that's unobtainable. That's very doable for you. It's very doable for anybody that's doing this. Somebody said something about a Bible verse. What did somebody say? Didn't somebody say something about a Bible? Oh, do you have a favorite Bible verse, like the one you feel closest to? Galatians 5:1, probably. Hey, Kyle, I was there. I've been there. What's up, Marcus? How's it going? Did you end up taking a trade yesterday in the PM session? No, did not. Do you find breaker block setups once a day on New York session? Good question. Recently, no, man. They haven't been as prevalent as they have been in past cycles, but these things are cyclical. They do come in cycles. So recently, as of when I say recently, the past month, this month, they haven't been that prevalent. But I mean, you will start seeing them more. I mean, you got a breaker right here. It's a small breaker in here, so you can see that right there. We kind of touched back into it, maybe a little bit. It created it right there. Touched back into that breaker slightly. So, you know, you would have been longing here into a 5-minute, but very true, Reaper. Yeah, when you, I think I said this to somebody recently, the most freeing thing and the scariest thing about this is the majority of the success or lack thereof when it comes to trading is solely on you. You're the one clicking the button. You're the one over trading. You're the one, you know, oversizing, not sticking to your rules. So it's a freeing thing because you can change it. It's also a scary thing because there's no one to blame but yourself. Yeah, Nicholas, Galatians 5:1. For me personally, that would be a verse that I feel the closest to. Fell off, but you've been doing so good recently because of patience. There you go, man. It's the name of the game right there. How do you get into something like this? What's a good amount to start with? You don't need anything to start this. You don't need a single dollar, to be honest. You need YouTube. You need a pen and paper. That's how you start. That's the first step getting into this. You need to learn market structure. You need to learn price action. You need to figure out what is actually going on here. What is the concepts that we're, like, what is this? What am I looking at? What is going on? Then once you've figured that out, you then want to hone in on a strategy that makes sense to you. Once you've found a general way of trading where there's order flow, momentum, ICT, ICC, support and resistance. There's all kinds of different strategies out there. You need to find one that makes sense to you. And then you get a TradingView account. You can sign up for TradingView for free. You will have delayed data. So if you want live data that's not delayed 15 minutes, you will pay the $8 a month for live data feed so you can see exactly what I'm seeing here. And you can paper trade, which is fake money. And you can test those strategies that you're learning on YouTube. So once you've developed an education that should take you a couple of weeks at least to start to do, then the most money you need to get into this is probably about 10, 15 bucks a month to be able to pay for live data. And you need a paper trade and do that for a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, until you're starting to see how this is all working. And then you get a prop firm account. And a prop firm account is a company that is willing to allow you to trade with fake money, but the payouts are real. So you go through an evaluation phase that you have some goals that you have to accomplish, which are target profit. Don't lose too much money. If you lose too much, you got to start over. Once you pass the account, you get moved to a funded account. And those funded accounts, you can make enough money where you can request payouts from those, just like you would with any, if you're trading personal capital, you'd take a percentage out every month if you were making enough. Same idea. So your risk is very low. Any idea for setting good stop loss locations? Yeah, if you're using confluences like breakers or fair value gaps, like if you were entering off of this first presented 5-minute down here, I'd have my stop just below this candle wick. See that down close candle right here? I'd have my stop just below that, or depending on how much risk you can tolerate, I'd put it below the swing low. Use market structure, not dollar amounts, to set stop losses. This is called Trading View. Trade on Newsdays? Yes, I do. If you pay for live data on Trading View, you have to pay for the subscription in CME. Don't you? It's the CME data. Yeah. I think you can just pay for the CME. That could be wrong, Hugo. Could be wrong, unless they change that. What's the indicator? It's a fair value gap indicator, man. It's not that important. But it's that any of the fair value gap indicators will work. This is just the one I use. You don't even really need it. You should be able to spot them with your eye. There's one right here. You ought to be able to spot these out with your eye, with the naked eye. There's one right here. Big one right here. Well, the market's not open yet, Pomper. So no, I'm not looking to trade anything at the moment. I'm waiting for market to open. Hey, Christian probably talked about this already. Any thoughts about the 24/5 deal in Q2? It's actually 24/7. You're talking about weekends as well. I don't think that it's going to have anybody who trades in a professional manner already, meaning you have a set time frame that you trade in, you have set setups, you have set risk management, all that. It's not going to have any effect on them because it's not going to change what they do. I think it's going to really hurt the people who are new to this or who have self-control problems, who can't stay off the charts. They're going to be just constantly clicking the button, which is fine. They're going to keep the prop firms in business for us, which is I don't mean to sound like a dickhead when I say that, but it's just the truth. Do I trade on the 1 hour? I don't trade on the 1 hour. I use it as a confluence for higher time frame bias. Yeah, Kyle, exactly. Banks will open just the same. They're not going to be open 24/7. From my understanding. What's my execution time frame? It just depends on the setup, man. I like anything from the 5 down, sometimes the 15. I mean, this tap back into this 15 right here would have been a good entry for a long, at least for a quick scalp. Correct. Isn't all the money from prop firms sim money? Yes. Well, not all of it. If you get moved to a live account, it's not. But the 99% of people who are taking payouts are not on a live account. But the payouts are just the same. Your order isn't actually being registered on the CME, on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. But your payouts are just the same. You make money, you pull it out if you're above the buffer. They're also, I mean, they're making, the people who they have in live accounts, they're keeping 20% of what they make. A lot of these firms keep 20% or 10% of what those guys make. And those guys are taking their live account seriously, and they're at that point. Some of those guys are making some really good money. So the firm's getting 10% of that as well, which, you know, they're probably making, I haven't seen their numbers, but I would imagine 90%, 80% of their income comes from blown evals, but they're still making a nice amount from people who are live trading, and they're getting a percentage of. And blown evals, Don. And blown evals. Yep. You trade on a funded account? Yeah, I trade on several. 25 actually. Did I blow any accounts, RJ? Dude, I blew more accounts than you can count. Any rational person would have probably given up, but I was delusional. Yeah, that's part of the journey, man. I think anybody who tells you they haven't blown accounts is not telling you the truth. I'm using Apex and Take Profit Trader. Market's not open, Ricardo. Opens in 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 39 seconds. They made 300 from me before I got one account pass. Dude, that's not that bad. That's actually pretty quick, man. Go to File, BCS, go to File and refresh Bookmap and hit Now and see if that fixes it. If not, close it down and restart it. Take Profit Trader. Trading Take Profit Trader, the biggest thing with them is they allow for daily payouts, daily withdrawals. That's why I like them, but you're limited to 5 total accounts. Sorry. You're limited to 5 total accounts with them. And they have trailing drawdown until you hit your buffer and you're funded. So those are the 2 drawbacks. Using the new contract. Big sell order just came in right there on ES. What are you drinking? This is a LaCroix, limoncello LaCroix. I started in March of blowing 36 combine accounts, if that makes anyone feel better. It's par for the course, man. Do you have a link somewhere so I can check it out? Yeah, I do. I can send you one. It's just, I think it's just takeprofittrader.com, but I'll send you the link right here. And you can use, I'll throw PJ a bone here. You can use PJ as the code. It'll get you a discount, tremendous discount, and it'll waive the activation fee if you do sign up with them. Most creators don't value accounts. They chase big moves and don't care if they get blown. It's true. I've seen a lot of that. My oldest account right now, I activated on September 25th. 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 Those are actually my 5 oldest accounts. Activated them. NQ Bookmap. Kind of bare right now, man. Coffee. 36 blown his rookie numbers. Got to pump those numbers up. Yeah, you need to take a second mortgage out on your house. You're not a true trader until you've taken a second mortgage out on your house to be able to pay for evals. or to pay off your credit card that you ran up with evals. I'm kidding. That's bad. Don't do that. Where's that vest from? Brooks Brothers. Cough felt like an earthquake. My bad, man. It a little acid reflux from the coffee. Christian Mayberry, what about the GOAT in psychology trading? Appreciate that, man. I credit PJ. I'll be honest with you. I credit PJ with a lot of that. He's the one that really dialed in my psychology. I feel like you're talking directly to me. Let's see. Hey, Park, appreciate the gifts if you're still in here, man. I just saw that. You sent a bunch of gifts, dude. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. You didn't have to do that, man. Hey, take partials on TradingView, right click, or go to the top left corner and change the contract sizing and hit buy or sell. That'll do a market order. Market open. Here we go. Wesley, I haven't taken the trade. You'll see on the chart when I'm in a trade. Strong push there. Ghost, where'd you send the message? Can I explain what happened? What do you mean? You talking about this move right here, Wesley? Oh, I didn't see it. What'd you say, man? Sorry. Scroll back up. Good morning, man. Hope you're doing well. Can I ask your opinion on today for the news? Sorry, I missed that, man. What I think is going to happen, I really don't know, man. I've had news days where I think I know what's going to happen based on what news is expected to come out. It comes out exactly as I expected, and then the price does something completely different. So I've learned that in this business, you got to just wait and see what the market does, take what it gives you, and you know, go from there. So, bro, Top Step just crashed while I had a limit on the chart. Yeah, this is why I don't use them. People ask me, why don't you like Top Step? I think their rules and their payouts are fine, but their platform, being stuck on that is not ideal. Wesley, were you talking about this big spike right here, man? ESH6, Hugo. H is the contract for S&P and NASDAQ right now. Yeah, that's news. There was the jobs report came out at 8:30. Yeah, I don't want to, Kyle. I don't want to be stuck on their platform and deal with all that issues that they have. It seems like on a weekly basis, if not a bi-weekly basis, you know, I'm always hearing something about, oh my God, Top Step crashed. Is 1:45 considered? You talking about Eastern time, Bryson? 1:45 Eastern time. You're in Mountain time though, aren't you? So that's 2:45. That's 15 minutes before the official London Open, but I set mine to start at 2, I believe, 2 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. Eastern time, so it would be 3, or it would be 1. So yeah, technically, I think that is London for you. How do I get my graphs like that? Like this, the chart? I draw this with the ray tool. Yeah, I draw it with the ray tool. I use this indicator to mark out the session highs and lows. Shows me the highs and lows. Then I use the ray tool. I put a vertical line at a certain time. I put this one at 12. And I drag all the lines to that. Hit the shift key so it makes them perfectly straight. The rectangle tool. Those aren't boxes though, man. Those are lines. All of these are lines. Maury, are you talking about with a funded? Do I recommend switching on your funded, or are you talking about on eval? I wouldn't switch if it's working. If you got something going there that's working, unless you've built up a lot more equity in the account for eval, yeah, definitely be trading minis for evals. What indicator are you talking about? There's literally not an indicator on the chart right now. Oh, are you talking about the ICT kill zone? It's this one. That's the sessions. What up, Fitty? If I can't trade today, it's going to be a bad day at Top Step. You're not missing anything right now, in my opinion. You guys keep buying their evals, trading their accounts. What's up, Kev? Yeah, man, I got you. I'm bearish today? Not really, man. I'm actually bullish, but we'll see what happens. What do you think about NAS going to 24-hour or 24/7? I don't think it'll have much of an effect on people who are doing this for a living. I think the people who are struggling, like I've said this, people keep coming here asking that. Like I said earlier, I think the only people it's going to have a real effect on are the people who are already struggling with their discipline and their rules. I think if you're a responsible professional trader, that you're only trading at a certain time anyway, so that isn't going to change. Those rules won't change that. You're going to trade at the most ideal time where there's the most volume, and that'll remain New York AM session. Wild, always with the wild comments. Yeah, forgive me, dude. This acid reflux right now from the coffee is whooping my butt. Left the limit order open last night, woke up to negative 1,000. He's just like me. I had that happen the other day on my fundeds, man. I don't know if you were in here and hear me talking about that. Trade Sinker, I had left it. I guess it had gone idle, so when I hit cancel all orders, it didn't take my orders off the chart. Of course, Bez. That's what it does. Is it possible to take a trade and leave it running for more than 3 days on a funded? No. Most firms do not allow you to hold past market close. If you're on a personal capital account, then maybe. There'll be overnight fees that you'll pay. I keep TikTok open just to see his comments. Do you have a Trade Sinker promo yet? No, not yet. Need to. I actually haven't even pursued that, man. So I need to get on that. How's Tradeify's instant access and the rules? I have no idea. I hadn't passed an account with them yet. I have 5 of their evals right now. First time I've been using them. You guys aren't missing anything, man. If it does, they'll usually make it right with you. If you're in a trade and it screws with your P&L, they usually negate the trades. The unfortunate thing is they usually do that if you're in a trade and it plays out too. I have a Discord, Muncie. It's in my bio. You'll have to either open the link in browser or copy the link and paste it in the browser. But it usually doesn't work if you try to open it inside of TikTok. ES short, not yet, man. Could play, definitely could play, but that's not. I'm not there yet. You're front running several gaps here. Inside of this 30-minute bullish inversion, tap it into this 45-minute bullish gap in this 1 hour bullish inversion, 2 hour. The 4 hour and up is really bearish, but we'll see. It's my signals for me to enter. They're called confluences. Signals are what you give people that are just trying to copy trade you. Confluences, I like to see a sweep of a major level. I usually trade reversals, so I'm looking for a V-shaped recovery. Like to see, if I'm like right now, if I was looking for a V-shaped recovery back up to this data wick high from this London low, what I'd like to see is a bullish fair value gap get created inside of a breaker around this level. I'd like to see price retest that and respect it, and then I'd like to target I'd like to have a clear draw on liquidity, which would be this data wick high or a swing high if we create another one in here. Christian, were you like the majority of us at one point where the goal is being profitable seem wild? Yeah, 100%, dude. And I still don't claim to be profitable because I've only been taking consistent payouts now for 5, going on 6 months. So I think you need to be taking consistent payouts and having significant, substantial like income coming in for 9 to 12 months from this to be able to say, hey, I'm profitable. What I think of when I hear profitable is I can rely on this it's the same way I could rely on a job. And there's plenty of people that will take a payout for a month, 2 months, and then go completely cold for a year. So the consistency is what's important to be able to claim profitability. Did you start with ICT concepts? I started with supply and demand. And I actually didn't I had not discovered any resources on this yet. So I had kind of developed that strategy on my own. I noticed that I would draw these lines, like I would do this crap where like I'm drawing these lines right here. And if price would break this level, I'd wait for it to retest it and respect it. And then I'd take a short. I'd do stuff like that. And I actually had developed that, or I just out of instinct of paying attention to the way the price was moving. But that to me wasn't, it wasn't sustainable for one. But mostly it wasn't sustainable because I didn't have a clear set of rules and a clear strategy that I was sticking to. So I think that you could definitely, I watch people trade supply and demand and they have great success. I think you can have success with almost any strategy with trading if your risk management is proper and your rules are stuck to. You have rules that prevent you from losing too much money and help you to make money, and you stick to those rules religiously. Muncie, appreciate that, man. Yeah, Muncie, I don't like to take more than, I look for one trade. Order book just cleared out. We got news dropping right now. We'll see what this does here. Order data highs and lows, news events diminish. This was the jobs report. Just pass one more apex eval, boom, there you go, K1. Yeah, top step is down. It's an indicator called that for the fair value gaps. What am I trading? This is NASDAQ and S&P futures. Hugo and Kyle say their top step is fine. I guess it's just some people. There's a ton of people over here in the TikTok saying theirs is out. This is the 15-minute time frame right here. Strong rejection. Strong rejection here. What am I trading? S&P futures and NASDAQ futures. Look at this push. Got me on a blank screen. It's top step down right now. Yeah, everybody's saying top step down. You guys need to quit trading that firm, man. This is why I don't trade with them, because I don't want to be stuck on their platform. What firm would you say is best? I mean, they all have different attributes and drawbacks, man. You know, I like the fact that you can leverage 20 accounts with Apex. I think that's unreal. Why do I like Top Step so much? You see how many people are saying that their platform is down? This is a weekly event. It seems like it's becoming a weekly event. Am I shorting or longing today, Cameron? I haven't decided yet. News is at 9:45. It just came. No more news now. No more red folder news, at least. What am I trading? This is NASDAQ and S&P futures. Accidentally bought a wealth chart instead of a rhythmic. Trade Evade is the one that I use. ACE. Little BPR here on the 2 minute and the 1 minute. If it did blow your eval when it was messed up, when the service was messed up, they usually are pretty good about making that right with you. The problem is I've seen guys where they were in a long and the long ended up playing out, or short. They're in a position that they had targeted. Look at this. Is there news I'm missing? Like unannounced, somebody saying something? This is pushing still. It's getting ready to break through this level, I think. Was there somebody had to have just said something? Trump say something? Yeah, wealth charts suck from my understanding, Ace. I'm sorry about that, man. You need the Trade Evade account. Yeah, you can't go wrong with TPT, Jose. Let's see if this pushes through this 68.80 level. We were hung up in this level earlier too, before the dip. Should I open a $20 Apex account? That's totally up to you, man. Totally up to you and your trading style. Some people, their trading styles aren't conducive with Apex's rules. So if you like to throw on huge contracts and take very aggressive trades, and they're not following a pattern, you might have an issue with their rules. Yeah, $19 right now for the eval. It's like $80 all in. So you do the math on that. $84 all in. What are the rules? You'll have to go to their page. I can send you a link to it. But just make sure you're aware of them. You can overtrade on anything, man. Not just Apex. Your strategy shouldn't change dramatically from firm to firm. There's certain things that you might have to do, like closing a trade early if you got intraday trailing drawdown. But for the most part, your strategy should stay the same. You execute trades on Trade Evade? Yeah, I do. Did you close it and reopen it, BCS? Think you should open your own firm? No. What's your strategy? It's heavily based on order flow and momentum, but it's also based around the market structure of ICT principles, mostly the unicorn model. This is actually a nice setup right here, but we're just in the middle of the range with it, so I don't trust it. If we had swept a low here prior to this move, then I would have definitely been interested in taking this. Appreciate that, Tyson. Appreciate it, man. You on 200 pingers of me? That's definitely you, man. My ping is like 6 milliseconds right now. I'm not sure what's up with that BCS. I haven't had that issue. Maybe reset your computer. I don't know. Maybe your Wi-Fi. I have no idea, man. I'm hardwired with a fiber connection, so I don't know what that might be. I don't know what that issue might be. NQ swept that data wick. I would anticipate ES is on its way to doing the same, but we'll see if we invert this 1 minute gap here. You use Apex? Yes, I do, Sammy. How long have you been trading? 4 years. Considering becoming a full-time Jack Daniels inhaler after these Top Step servers. I don't recommend it. I've tried that life. It's not fulfilling. Devil's tested my patience today. Of course, on the day I'm ready to trade with Apex, whatever. Maybe that's what, hey, that's true, man. BCS, you're not missing anything right now. I know that you probably don't like hearing that, but it's okay. Even if you're not able to trade the entire day today, it's just one day, man. Got to look at this thing from a yearly perspective or a decade perspective. Over the course of the next year, this one day is not going to really mean anything. Project X wasn't down, I would have aced the trade, took it on paper, and it worked out. Time to switch. Man, if I was these other firms in part of their advertisement department, their marketing division, I'd be capitalizing on this so much, dude. I would be clowning Top Step every chance I got advertising. Left my order placed. I hate that for you guys, man. Time to jump ship. They shouldn't all be the same. All the evals are the same price user, but all the evals I believe are $19, but the activation fee is cheaper for the 25K, 50K, and 100K accounts. The activation is higher for the bigger accounts. All in for the 25K, 50K, or the 100K account, all in is $84.60. So over Top Step, what firm do you like best? I think Take Profit Trader is leading the way right now, man. For a 50K account all in right now, I think it's like $109, something like that. Diminished, appreciate that, man. Tradeify is a good firm. Broke structure right here. I want to see, I would imagine that we're going for these data wick highs. Need to invert this 4 minute above us right here. I'd target at least this data wick high if I was going long here, but I'd wait for this inversion. We could reject right out of this and dip lower. Appreciate that, Diminish. Appreciate that, man. Help me recovery. What you need help with, man? This is the 4-minute right here. Second day in the live, amazing content. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being here. Welcome back. Everybody's still talking about Project X being down. Hey, if you guys are tired of having to deal with Project X and the constant technical glitches and the blown accounts and the issues that you're having with them, for a limited time, I'll put in the good word with Apex for you. If you use code CWT, you will get 90% off all evals. Just for you guys that are having issues, I'll make sure that Apex is aware that I'm announcing this. But right now, since you guys are all having issues and you're wanting to trade, go ahead and snag up an Apex account. Just grab one of them or 20, however many you want. And I'll make sure that they give you 90% off. This is trying to make you whole for the troubles you've had to deal with these pesky little individuals over at Top Step. So for a limited time, go ahead, hop on over to Apex, and I'll make sure that they take good care of you. I think that it's going to end, Hugo, it's going to end at 9:59 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. How much is the Apex activation fee? Right now, all in, for the eval and activation, it's $84. Somebody clipped this. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. I'll make sure. I just sent him a quick little message. One of my guys, one of my affiliate guys, my reps, he's here in the chat. He sent me a text. He said I was good to make that announcement. So trying to take care of you guys. I know that's stressful. I know that's not something you want to deal with. I can tell you that if you switch to Apex, you will not be dealing with Project X or their issues. Is there a daily loss limit? I don't believe so. 2,500 is total drawdown. I'm here for you guys, Jeff. I'm here for you guys, man. A lot of people hate on it because they YOLO trades and they don't trade with a professional mindset, and they end up breaking some rules, and then they get a payout denied, and they're like, this firm is crap. And it's like, well, they had clearly stated rules that you were supposed to read before trading, and you didn't. This is why I was waiting for this 4-minute to invert. I don't trust it. Do you get 15-second charts on Apex or Take Profit? That just depends on what TradingView subscription you have, man. If you're using TradingView, that's strictly on TradingView's. That's on your subscription level. Lilo, that shouldn't be the case, man. I would shoot them an email, because that shouldn't be, unless you got the 25K, the 50K, or the 100K account. All in, it should be $84. Anything larger than that, it's going to be a higher fee. Leroy, the code is CWT. What account on Apex? The static or the? They don't have that option, do they? I just do the trade of 850K account. I don't select static or anything like that. Whenever I'm needing to buy a new eval from Apex, I just hit trade of 8 and 50K and sign up right there. It doesn't give me any more options than that. This is dumping hard now, dude. Eric, the activation fee all in for the eval and activation is $84. NQ. What time frame you looking? Oh yeah, I see you on the 2 minute. I still think we went higher here. I think that was just a retest, but we'll see. Discord link is in the bio. You need to either open it in browser or copy and paste the link into the browser. If you open it in TikTok, you might get an error message. Need a sweep of a key level, Fitty. Apex code is CWT. Should make a new. That's right. Do you use indicators? Yeah, I got a couple on the chart right. I mean, I got one on the chart right here. This fair value gap indicator is just because I'm lazy. When I'm switching time frames, it'll just automatically mark out what gaps are showing at that time. So I use that indicator. I also use the SMA and the VWAP. It might only be, Mr. Mampa, it might only be, I appreciate you pointing that out. It might only be in the TikTok. If it is, I need to fix that. But I'll shoot you the link in the chat. Give me 1 second. That's the link right there. That's just a fair value gap indicator. Got you. Well, I'm on ES. I'm bouncing back and forth between both here. We're a little got a little bit of an S&T going on there, a little decoupled. Waiting to see what we want to do. Keep bouncing out of this 4 minute right here. I want to see ES invert this 4 minute to the upside. When did I start trading? About 4 years ago. Just took an L short. It's rough. Kind of in the middle of the range here. I don't recommend getting too heavily involved right here in the middle of this range. I don't focus on that, Mac. How much money do I want to make in one trade? Ideally, I don't focus on ideally $1 million. But that's not, I mean, I don't focus on that. I focus on proper execution, good risk management, and let the outcome be what it is. If I execute a quality trade, I take a good setup, I follow my rules, win or lose, I'm still satisfied because I know that over time, I've set up the rules and the strategy that I have based on probability. And over time, I will make money as long as I stay following those things consistently. working. No, I haven't taken any trades yet. Waiting to sweep a key level. Want to see London low get swept and then potentially a move higher, or data wick on ES, and then a move lower. We'll see. Lost 600 because I took it too early, but I made it back with 800 profit today on my eval. There you go. If it breaks the 4-minute, no, not necessarily. We need to make sure the order book is the book map is lining up with what we're looking at. This up and down right here is not something that I want to get involved with because this is screwing a bunch of people. Jose, yeah, CWT, code CWT. There's the Apex link if you wanted it. How do I know where London low? How do I know where session lows are? This indicator right here marks them out. Looks like this. And then I use the ray tool to draw these lines in accordance with those lines, or with those session highs and lows. Up 1,500 on eval, very nice. What's wild about it, Brian? For the larger accounts, it's not a month. It's for the month. You shouldn't allow a resubscription to take place, Jose. It's the same. It's the same with every prop firm. If you don't pass within the first 30 days, then they recharge you. But you need to, if you're gonna have an eval for 30 days, man, you're doing something wrong. But the 25K, 50K, and 100K accounts are $84 all in. If you pass the account, the subscription cancels. You pay the activation fee, and that's it. It's a lifetime PA fee of whatever it is that equals the eval and the activation fee equaling $84. $84 all in for the 25K, 50K, and 100K account. 25K. 50K, 100K, all in $84, eval 19. Blew my first 2 funded in a week, trying to pass another eval currently, obviously doing it wrong. I wouldn't say you're doing it wrong, man, but definitely journal what it was that caused you to blow those evals. I think you're new here, so you probably haven't heard me say this. Other people in here probably have, but the first 2 funded accounts I had, the first funded account I ever had, I had 2 of them at the same time, passed 2 evals at the same time. I blew those, I'm pretty sure, within the first 2 trades. So if you had them for, a week, you did better than I did with my first fundeds, man. You gotta figure out what you did wrong. Figure out what maybe your sizing was wrong. The trades that you were selecting may have been wrong. You shouldn't be able to blow them. You should have to make you should have to lose like 5 or 6 trades in a row on a fresh funded account to be able to blow it. So check your sizing and see if you're oversizing. You can obviously size up, but build a little bit of a buffer first. Like get into the money a little bit before you size up. Sizing and chasing, trying to chase to recover. Yeah. It blew your top step eval with that outage. They should say something to you at some point today. If not, definitely reach out to them. Just lost 2.8K. How'd that happen? What if you took a loss because of what? Yours? Did I take any trades this month? Yeah, we're up. Let's see here. Haven't even looked at my P&L. I'm up $42,700 this month. So yeah, I've taken a couple trades. $9K of your own money, man. Yeah, you gotta switch to props, dude. Should definitely be milking props before you trade personal capital. That's just my opinion. Hugo, I'm not sure where that 196 is coming from, man. I'm not sure where you're getting that number. If you blow an account and they have a sale going, you just cancel the blown one and start a new eval for whatever deal they have going. Usually they either have 80% off or 90% off. So at no point should you ever be paying 196 for a 50K account at any point. How much do you make before taking a payout? So on my 50K take profit or my 50K Apex accounts, I like to get my account balance to 54,200 and then I take a max payout. Some of them I have a little higher than that because I had a payout denied because I broke a rule. Because I misbehaved and I broke a rule, so they denied a payout. So the account balance got higher and higher and higher before I could request another one. But for the most part, when my account gets to 54,200, I take a max payout of 2,000. It leaves enough buffer in there that I'm not worried about blowing the account because I withdrew too much. It's just a safe number. Anything above 54,200. Yes, Muncie. Yeah, I do. I allowed, so I was trading 100K take profit accounts in conjunction with my 50K fresh funded Apex accounts. And I'm willing, I have more risk tolerance on those 100K accounts because of the drawdown and the buffer that I had. So I allowed a trade to go, I think it went at like negative 800 or something into drawdown. It ended up coming back into range and into the green. But the fact that just the open trade went that low violated the 30% MAU rule means I cannot allow a trade to go on Apex. You cannot allow a trade to go more than 30% or more of your total allotted drawdown. So that was why the payout got denied. It's a clearly stated rule. It's in big, bold, capitalized letters on their rules page. So it wasn't something that I wasn't aware of. It's just I wasn't being careful. Yeah, that's for the larger accounts. You go to Hugo. If you have your phone on you, go to their Instagram page and their most recent post. It shows you exactly what the deal is. Yeah, Nicholas, you need to take a break, man. $2,500 is the drawdown limit, George. $2,500 on a 50K with Apex. 25. Yeah, you need to. If you lose $2,500, then you blow the account. You got to trade with discipline, user. You trade with discipline, trade with rules. I trade order flow and momentum combined with ICT market structure. Have not taken a trade yet. Intraday trailing, yeah. You got to be aware of that. %30 of your total drawdown, yeah. So if it's 2,500, 30% of that, you can't be in a trade that goes against more than 30% of that. I can't comprehend how a company I just can't comprehend how a company as big as Top Step can't get the platform to stop crashing. No, 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 no. It follows you, George. No, no, no. It is an account balance thing. So once you get above the buffer, the account balance locks at 50,000 on an eval. So if the account comes back and hits 50,000 at that point, that's when you would fail the eval. But yeah, and it's fixed on a funded too. So it's 50,100, I believe, something like that. So if you get 5,000 in your account, 5,000 or 4,900 would be your drawdown, something like that. It's literally every week. Yeah, dude. That's why I don't trade them. Did you ever try options? I haven't, man. I don't. I'm so ignorant when it comes to options. I'm trying to learn more. I have a family member who is an options trader, and I really want to learn more from him. I have a couple buddies who do trade options, and they've told me, whenever you're ready, let's jump on it. We can figure it out. But I just haven't had time, man. I've been so locked in on this, and up until this week, I had school. So taking on yet another, learning task was not on the agenda. But over the course of my, trading career, I definitely plan to get into options. Can you trade options in conjunction? Not on those firms. You can only trade futures if you're talking about with those prop firms. Those are futures prop firms, so you can't do options. I'm not aware of any options prop firms out there. There might be some, but I'm not familiar with them. But yeah, I mean, if you have a personal brokerage account that you're using to trade options, there's nothing wrong with trading that and then also trading your prop firm accounts separately. But in conjunction, no, I'm not aware of anything that allows that. Good tips to trade with intraday trailing. Yeah, size a little heavier and don't let your trades run as long. If they start bouncing back on you, I'll close them out. That's what I do. How do you trade order flow? Any suggestions on how to learn? Bookmap is the level 2 data software that I use. And it takes a long time just sitting there watching Bookmap in conjunction with what you're seeing on the charts. And just learn it. Don't be looking for trades. Just be looking to learn how the order flow is going. Make notes of when you see big movements, what time it was, what caused that, what did you see on the Bookmap? What were the numbers showing? What was the heat map looking like? This is what I'm talking about with Bookmap. This is Bookmap. This is how you read order flow. This is how I do it. So learn this software like the back of your hand. Did you say heavier? Yeah, I did, Jeff. Yeah, if you're dealing with intraday trailing drawdown, like what I do, instead of like if we were to take this London low sweep here and then we inverse and we're creating a long and I get into a long here, I'm probably going to look for a swing high to get out because I'm going to be sized a little heavier than I would if I was sitting there trying to get a huge move and have a longer stop. That's just me personally. That's how I do it with the intraday trailing. But once you hit buffer, that goes away. The intraday trailing goes away on a funded. Bookmap is not free. $100 a month for all in. So for the Bookmap subscription, I can't remember exactly how much it is, but the data is also like $30. All in, it's like $109. Did I name the tree? I did. What did I say his name was? Forgot his name. I did name him, but I forgot. Shooting for home runs, it sounds like, Nicholas, man. You need base hits. Let the base hits stack up. Well, he's already dead, Leroy. That's a fake tree, so. Name him Fluffy. I forgot what I named him. I did name him. Yeah, he's a little rough looking. Rocky Mountain Oyster. Name him Rocky. Yeah, we're about to dump here a little bit to this London low. Is it necessary for beginners, or would it be better to use it before paying for profit from trading? What do you mean, user? Are you talking about a Bookmap? I'd say you need to learn market structure and all of this stuff first, which is free to do on YouTube. Exhaust your sources on YouTube, learning this stuff, and then add in Bookmap. I think that Bookmap, if the earlier you can get on learning Bookmap, the better, man. It's a tool that I think that any trader, and I'm not saying this lightly, I mean this. If you are trading and not using Bookmap, it's like trying to trade with a blindfold on to an extent. After you learn Bookmap and you're using it consistently, trading would be like trying to trade with a blindfold on without it. It would be the equivalent of that's the night and day difference that it makes, in my opinion. Just made 800 off that dump. Boom. There you go, Ty. Done for the day. Very nice, man. It's exactly how I felt when I started using Bookmap. Yeah, I think most people, once they get the hang of it, they're like, dude, how did I trade without this? You use Bookmap for order flow. So order flow is a strategy, and the way that you implement the strategy is using Bookmap. Do I think that Bookmap sometimes makes me too careful and you trade less diminished? I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. Less is more with trading. Up 390, locked myself out. Boom, there you go. Very smart. Base hits, man. I'm telling you, base hits stack up. Think about it. If you were trading, you're up 390, right? Imagine you're trading 20 accounts or 25 accounts. Imagine 5 of those accounts allow you to pull out that 390 at the end of the day. So 390 times 5, that's going in your pocket directly after the market closes. The other 390 times 20 in the next 8 days, if that stacks up, you're going to withdraw that. That's why base hits are base hits, man. You don't need to be hitting these home runs, 14, you know, it cracks me up seeing some of these traders where they're like $14,000 trade. Most prop firms have a max that they allow you to take out. Even if they don't, at a certain point, most people aren't getting to that point without blowing the account. So base hits are really what matter. Top Step's been saying they better return my accounts. They usually do. They usually do. I wouldn't stress it too much. They usually are pretty good about that, I will say. Yeah, I think the combination of ICT with order flow, if you're leaning heavily on order flow momentum and you're using ICT structure to kind of make sense of what you're seeing for your entries and exits, I think that's a combination that's really hard to beat. What if it's a past account? Yeah, unfortunately, what I've seen, I think I said this earlier, when it goes down like that, even if a trade ends up working in your favor while the system is down with Top Step, I've seen them pull back those wins. Pretty unfortunate. I saw a guy make thousands of dollars on a trade that he was in when Top Step went out, and they took it all back. So that's unfortunate. But the good thing is, if you blew an account or you lost a bunch of money, they usually negate that as well. So it evens out. Trust me when I say that if you make money in the markets by breaking your rules or by getting lucky when a system goes down, you make money. At some point, the market takes that money back. That's just been my experience. Break your rules and make money by overtrading. Eventually, that money's going to get, market's going to, you have that money on loan. The market's going to take it back with interest. One at a time. Fitty, you said you don't have the money for 20 accounts. One at a time. Get one account, get a payout, use part of the payout to open another account, stack that way. There's a tiny bit of slippage diminished, but you're talking sometimes, I mean, at the most you're talking is like 40 to 50 bucks from my experience. Now, if you have a terrible internet connection, it's probably more than that. But Tristan, I'll read it real quick. Tristan says it's one of his favorite verses. Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 5:6. So then let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be alert and self-controlled. Amen. I like that. So you can do something that's called copy trading. So I have a platform where all my accounts are tied to, and so all I have to do, I have a leader account that's signed into here on TradingView and on Tradevate. I execute the trade just like I'm only trading one account, and it multiplies through all those other accounts. And it doesn't multiply, it copies over to all those other accounts. So they take the same trade, they get in and out at the same time that I do. So you just focus on one account, and it copies over to all those other accounts. Obviously, your wins are multiplied, but so are your losses. So, diminish whether you think you can or you think you can't. Just know that you're right. Yeah, good internet is vital for sure. Can you do that from TradingView? No, you need either Tradevate to copy across a single firm, or if you're doing multiple firms, you need TradeSyncer. If you're trading from Tradevate, it'll still copy with TradeSyncer, or you can create, if you're not using TradeSyncer, you can create a group, activate the group inside of Tradevate, and it'll copy trade that way. What are my thoughts about long? I want to see ES actually take London low before I'd be interested in the long. This is a BS. This is BS right here. Five-minute inversion on the ES looks good. You got two here. So, hey, Chris, I just made 207. There you go. Boom. Yeah, even if we invert this first presented here, we're still front running this other gap. So I'd be careful doing that. Crazy thing is you get the VWAP right above it. So even if we invert, we could hit that VWAP and you can see a strong pushback. Hopefully it would just be a retest, but we'll see. I'm not convinced of anything at the moment. This is a yes, yeah. Bryson, go get you an Apex eval, man. Hey, Muncie, appreciate you being here, bro. In a short, but you can't close. Did you have a TP set smash? Hopefully it'll close automatically. It usually doesn't, though. It'll blow through that if the software's down. I'm looking for an actual sweep of London low. I'm not convinced of anything that just happened there. I want a convincing sweep. Dude, smash. I hate that for you, man. Do you only trade ES? No, I trade NQ as well. I'm just on ES right now. I'm just so useless. Nicholas, don't say that, man. You just need to have, again, this is why you'll hear me preach it, and some people just don't seem to hear it. Nicholas, you need to have set rules, and you need to not break those rules. You need to pretend that somebody's got to the back of your head, and it's going to go boom if you don't follow your rules. When you get to that point, and you start to follow your rules that religiously, that adamantly, you will start to see more success. And you need to have some hard rules, man. You need 2 trades in a day, max. You need to properly size. You don't need to be oversizing, looking for $14,000 trades. Properly size, look for base hits, take 1 or 2 trades in a day, be done, walk away, shut off the charts. If you can stick to those rules, man, you will find some success. I like the analogy of having to go up front to 10 board members and explain why you risk their capital. Exactly, Ducati. Yeah, that's what I say. If you imagine you have a boss at the end of the day that you're going to have to justify your actions to. He's going to say, hey, Christian, I see that you took 39 trades and cumulatively lost $52,000. What was your thinking? What were you doing? Explain each trade to me. Well, I just had this feeling. I was really anticipating that price would go down. So what were you going off of specifically? Well, I just had this feeling, that price was going to go down. It's like, no, that doesn't work. You're gone. Bye. Then you go to get another job. You go to interview. Well, why did you get fired from the last place that you were working? Well, I had a feeling about a trade and I lost my boss $52,000 in a day on 39 trades. Not getting that job. Start looking at it that way. Start taking it that seriously. I want you guys, I don't think most of you understand this, but there are some people in here that do, that I want you guys to succeed so badly at this stuff. And the stuff that I say isn't like the rules and the things that I tell you that have worked for me. I'm not special. It's not like they won't work for you too. There's different degrees of success that people will find, but you will find some success if you follow the things that I'm saying. I can't do it for you though. I want you to win, man. You're not useless, and you can do this. But you got to win that battle within yourself to get disciplined and to take it seriously. Can you look at Bookmap and tell us your thought process? Yeah, I can do that. Right now, there's not a whole lot of thought process there. Just kind of waiting for price to play itself out. This is filtered out tremendously. But you have orders up at 68.57. You can see those up there. I would imagine that that's a pretty draw. That's a pretty clear draw. I'm pretty sure that's the VWAP or around it. Yeah, it's just short of the VWAP. It's on top of this 5-minute gap. So it looks like that's where price wants to go in terms of the limit orders, but market orders are coming in and holding price down. So that you have the limit orders right now that are drawing price up, market orders being placed at an aggressive rate that's keeping price. There's some bullish market orders coming in right there. So it looks like we're pushing higher here. We just swept that level that you see in the trough. I would imagine that these highs up at 68.57 would be the draw, but this could easily go down and sweep London low and then go up. Still have orders down here at 25,200 that are holding price. Limit orders are being, or market orders are being placed, kind of fighting that. I think we come down here and sweep these levels before going higher. Maybe even we'll see how price reacts in that range. You don't want to just say, okay, I'm looking at price going to that level and then just assume it's going to reverse. It could hit that level like we're about to see right here, create momentum and get sucked lower. So at the 25,200 level, let's see here. Just picked up some orders there. Looking for price to come down here to the 25,200 level. $25,200, nope, it's not doing it. Pushing up a little bit there, a little rejection. We're stuck right now between a 1-minute bullish and a 1-minute bearish gap here, bouncing off the SMA. I took 2 trades, 1 loss and 1 win, making back half on a trade. If Christian flexes his biceps, I might have to take another one. No, I'm not going to flex him because I don't want you to take another one. 2 trades on the day, be done. Don't chase your losses. There's that 200 level. There's some momentum to the downside there. We're about to invert a 1-minute gap, so this could break free down to the 25,180. We'll see what happens. Let's look at ES. ES is lit up there to the upside, as you see. That's pretty aggressive upside right there. I really want to see London low get swept at 68.3250, and then maybe a move V-shaped out going up to those levels. So on ES, we'd want to see this level get taken, V-shaped out, and then head up to where we see all that liquidity on the book map. It's definitely helpful. You think longs here? Ishmael, I'd like to see this level get actually swept. Candle close, at least a 1-minute candle closure below it. Travis, go get an Apex account, man. You think NQ swept London low? No. NQ did not. NQ is about, let's see, 157 points away from London low. London low's down here. Do I think it's going to? It could, but I'm not anticipating that. It could, definitely could. I mean, I would never say that price can't do something. But what I'd like to see here is the sweep of this level, and then a pretty strong pullback, immediate pullback. We're trading into these higher time frame gaps over here. So we got a 4-minute down here, or excuse me, a 4-hour down here. We could push lower, but we're also in this 2-hour gap right here and right here. right where London low is. So I'd like to see us hit that and just shoot right back up. Let me use the restroom real quick, guys. Is backtesting more than 2 trades per day beneficial? Yeah, it is. Because you're just trying to look for the success rate of that strategy. Just made 250. I'm off. Peace. All right, man. Nice work. Wow, this is just going to pump without taking that London low. Where do I have London low marked out? Right, chill. Any trades yet? Nope. I'm here now, Bryson. This is such a tease right here that we just, that London low, man. No, haven't taken any trades, Momo. My chart is slightly swept London low. It barely like touched it. Barely touched it, man. That's not, I don't count that as a sweep. Not even on the 1 minute. I mean, look at that. It's a whisker. I know, man. I need to get a blackout curtain. It's so annoying. I'm gonna go over here. I don't count that as a sweep now. Look at the book map right now, though. I mean, that's like, if it doesn't go higher, I'd be shocked right here. All right, Doc. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate that, Diminish. You should wear a do-rag. I don't own such things. Look at this dumping away from all that liquidity. This is dangerous price action, in my opinion. Look at these moves on ES, bro. I love your mom. You gotta make sure your ICT, use this indicator to get your, screenshot that real quick and use these settings and this indicator. And that'll give you your session highs and lows. C-Bum. Appreciate that, Con. First payout today. There you go, Mike. That's awesome, dude. How'd you do it? How'd you do it? Remember what I said about this 5-minute having the VBOP right there and taking this long, even if we inverted this 5 would be dangerous for me because we could hit that VWAP and bounce right off of it. Yeah. Big push here. There's a bunch of liquidity, dude. The book map is absolutely on fire up here at these levels from 68.56 all the way up to 68.60. The book map is just lit up, dude. And there's hardly anything below us, so I don't understand why this isn't just shooting up right here. This is ES right here. It'll show that they're absorbed. I have an absorption indicator on. Haven't, Twizzy, not yet. You're long, bro? I think you're good up to the 68.60. I mean, I'd be shocked if this doesn't just go through the 68.60 level. It's taking some orders there. There's 68.60. Just tapped it. Yep, just tapped the 68.60. There's not a whole lot to the downside here, man, and unless it's just for some reason decides to come back. The inversion of this 5 would be interesting. This 15 inverts in 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 30 seconds if this price stays above it. Got more orders coming in higher here. I mean, this could just keep pushing. $68.80 would be nice. $68.80. Discipline is how you pass the funded accounts. Exactly. Yeah, Uno. That's frustrating, man. I wanted to, the whole thing that I've been waiting on was the sweep of this London low and a V-shape out, and we get the move without the sweep. Is Project X fixed yet? I have no idea. Is the book map actual data? Yeah, it is. Yep. Tis. It's frustrating. I mean, it was right there. All it needed was a little bit more, but doesn't fit my. It would be. I would be so uncomfortable taking a long out of this without having fully swept that level. I buy it through TradingView. Cameron. I'm entered. Where should I target? Data wick high or this swing high? If you're on the 15. Or the 5, the swing high right here, 68.80 would be a target. Data wick high at 68.92 would be another target. But you're front running a 15-minute gap right here that doesn't close for another 2.5 minutes. So bouncing off the VWAP pretty aggressively. This is TradingView. It's a website. Watching you this morning has kept me from pressing buttons or making progress. Dude, I love that, Muncie. Thanks for being here, dude. All these words are so confusing me. It is that way at first, man. It is confusing at first, but you'll the more you do this, the more you listen to people talking the way that I've been talking, it'll start to make sense. You should also write down any words that you're confused by or any phrases and definitely look those up. Chat GPT it if you need to, and you can usually get pretty good explanations. Good time to enter long on this pullback, Travis. This 15-minute gap that we're sitting in right here, I would want that to inverse. You have 50 seconds until that candle closes. So if we invert that, I think if you're looking to take a long here, you could definitely use that as confirmation and an entry point. That was so stressful, I might be done for the week. Nothing wrong with that, man. I haven't taken a trade yet, Haley, no. Yeah, it's chat to explain trading for dummies. It's helpful, especially if you just write down stuff that you hear people say and you're like, you know, just write it down and go ask it what it is. Still up 1,300. Yeah, I'd call it a day if you're up, man. That's a good day. There are different time frames. I mean, it all looks the same. It's just different zooms, basically. So if you're looking at, I'll show you. If you're looking at the book map, you can change the time frame. Let's say I'll go to the 1 hour. It'll look like this. Sorry, I have this sweeps indicator on and the absorption. So it'll look like that. And then you zoom and it'll look different. We did not invert that 15. We're above it now with this new candle open, but we didn't invert it with the last closure. Hey, Futures, I appreciate that, man. Future, I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. I'll be here tomorrow if you want to stop by, though. Can you explain why it didn't take why I didn't take the London low? Because that's not a sweep in my view. I want to see a more convincing sweep. I want to see price close below this level, not just. I mean, even on the 1 minute, I'd like to see a candle close below it, and it didn't. It didn't even really go all the way through it. Hey, I need everything I can get, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. But yeah, Carlo, that's why I'm not comfortable with that. If we got in a candle closure below this level, I would have definitely been more inclined to get involved here. But that's my thinking. No trade atomic, no. What cars do you have? Currently drive a Ford Pinto two-tone. Two-tone Ford Pinto with the roll-up windows. All of them work too. Hey brother, like your trading style, up 280. See you tomorrow. Hey, appreciate you being here, Spiritual. Appreciate you, man. Do I plan when I'll stop streaming? I usually stop around this time. I'm just kind of giving this a little bit longer to play out. Wanted to see what we did in this range. Two-tone, beige, and rust. That's right. They're the default for this indicator. My settings are the default for this indicator. Actually, I might have changed like one thing. I may have length of box 20. I might have changed that. I can't remember. Max bars back 1,000. That might be the two things I did change. There's no way you actually drive one of those. What? Yeah, dude. What's wrong with that? It's reliable. It gets me from A to B. Can you explain VWAP? Volume weighted average price. Typically, I mean, you could think of it as like a point of control. Maybe not a point of control. Maybe that's not the right word, but price likes to return to that level, theoretically. I do have the VWAP on, yeah. I mean, I like to know where it is. I don't base trades off of it. Not solely off of it. I'm still looking for longs. Yeah, I'd like to see longs. I'd also like to see this London low actually get swept. I feel like I remember you saying something about an M5. Nah, man, that wasn't me. What's the difference between the blue and orange VWAP? The orange isn't a VWAP. That's the smooth moving average, slow moving average, whatever you want to call it. My TikTok crashed. What did you just say about the car you drive? I drive a Ford Pinto, two-tone, with the roll-up windows, and they all work. It's good on gas, man. It's fun to drive. We got some cell pressure coming in here. I hear the heater is almost too good on those things. How did you learn to use Bookmap? Basically from watching it, man. A lot of my ability to read it now is just simply from spending hours and hours watching it. Even when I'm not looking for, I think the best way to do it is don't be looking for a trade. Just be looking to learn Bookmap. Have days where you're just dedicated to learning Bookmap. Just pay attention to how Bookmap looks in relation to the charts. Pay attention to what's going on. You know, it's creating big spikes and what price is drawn to. I'm Canadian. Can I be in here? You got to be on your best behavior if you're in here from Canada, man. We give you a temporary visa into the stream. If you violate any rules, it's an immediate, you're gone. I'm just kidding, dude. If you have EV charger at home, Teslas are the best, bro. No lie. I think I could see owning a Tesla. It would, if it was my only car, I would not want that, but I could see owning a Tesla. Didn't it sound like that? It did sound like somebody knocked, didn't it? I was looking at the, am I hearing things, Kyle? Nobody on the camera. He's not joking. I'm from the UK and I'm already on thin ice for talking about beans on toast. You're not wrong, dude. Yeah, you want to see Bookmap? Yeah, Ryan, it's going to be more expensive than what I was saying about the $84 though, because remember I was saying that the 25, 50K, and 100K accounts, those are $84 all in for the 300K account. I want to say if you look at Apex's Instagram page, they have the rules spelled out for you right there, or the dollar amounts. It's 144 all in for a 300K account. I have a UNC Jordan jersey, Bryson. I hung it up this morning, actually, when I was putting away laundry. Production or alpha version? I'm not sure. This is just a regular Bookmap. My subscription, or my subscription is the Global Plus. There's no way you know what you're looking at. Okay, dude. Projection. Hell of a thing. Are you asking me, or are you just making a blanket statement, 0-0? I can tell you what I'm looking at if you want to learn. Do you pay for TradeAvate for Apex? No, it comes with it. Make sure you select the TradeAvate account after you. If it's your first time signing up for Apex with a TradeAvate account, it might take a little while for them to register in the system, like an hour or so. Tristan was in here earlier. I don't know how long it took him. He said when he signed up, there was a little bit of a delay, but you'll get a login that you'll see on your dashboard for TradeAvate. It'll be on your Apex dashboard, and it'll be your TradeAvate login information. You do want to learn? All right, so these different colors right here that you're seeing, like you see these lighting up above us right here, these are orders being placed, yanked and pulled from the market, also known as liquidity. So these are market orders being placed and limit orders being set. So these orders that are lit up right here, my mouse is not showing, there we go. These orders like right here, these are all limit orders set on the chart above and below. You see this 110 down here, that's 110 buy orders that are sitting down there. And you see the aggression of the buyers and the sellers at market order being placed right here. So these bubbles are volume bubbles. So the bigger the bubble, the more volume, the larger the orders. Price is typically attracted where you see the most liquidity built up, which in this case you would think it would be lower right here. But you can have market orders that get placed that drag price higher. So you can have, see, you got price getting brought down to these levels right here. So you see these flashing orders, aggressive flashing up here. These are people yanking and pulling, trying to get price to go back higher now. These orders still are stacked up down here. So I could see us sweeping these and then coming back real quick. Or you sweep these and create some momentum that drags price even lower. It sucks it down. So I'll let you watch this for a second. We'll see how it plays out. Got another order just got placed above us. Aggression to the upside here. Aggressive orders being placed above us. Sell orders. It looks like people trying to sell. So this is pushing price down. ESH 6, Jeff. See, you get another order just got placed right there. Another order, another order. These sellers coming in right here. 114.77 just stacked up there. They're trying to drag price down here though. They're trying to get out. These are buy orders. So people are short trying to get out right here. This is called Bookmap. 208 Wild. This is called Bookmap. So you got those buy orders. See the green bubbles? Those are buyers coming in. Buyers stepping in. Now you got sellers stepping in. They're battling right here for this area. I'm telling you how to use it right now, man. Do I get tired of talking? Nah, it's okay. It is draining for sure. You don't realize it until after you get off stream. You're just like sit there and take a breath for a minute. Yeah, I'm using the TN Lite, Jeff. So if you're using, if you configure add-ons and you add Trading Map Lite is supposed to filter out the BS orders, like the bots and stuff. This has got to flush down here to the 68.44 level in just a second. I have a feeling. There's a 68.44. See how it works? 0, 0, 0. Freddie. Makes sense now? You still have some orders stacked down there at 68.42. You got 1,000 orders that just came in right there. Look at that. It might be bot orders. My other chart's filtering that out. It's called Bookmap, $100 a month. You can go to my link tree, click my affiliate link, and you can go and use my code CWT. You get 20% off. Yeah, man, I got you. Trying to get better at order flow. Yeah, it's definitely helpful, man. It's definitely helpful. More orders getting placed lower. 68.44. Now you have 90 orders that just popped in. Haven't taken the trade, Dylan, no. What is the program called? Bookmap. 68.44, just got absorbed, Carlo. Do I ever trade during lunch hours? No. It was buy orders. It was buy orders. They got absorbed. Think we're finally coming for London. We'll see. That's smart random. I usually stop around now, at least until the PM session. I'll come back in around 1:30 or 2 and take a look to see if I see anything. How do I get into order flow and learn it easily? You download Bookmap. That's what I use. That's a level 2 software data, level 2 data software. And spend a lot of, countless hours watching price on Bookmap in conjunction with what you're seeing on TradingView and learn exactly what's going on. No, I don't stream PM. I grabbed that short, up 1,200, done for the day. Boom. There you go. Were you short off the 15? Is that what you were doing there? Getting some sell pressure here coming to the downside. PM is typically from 1 till 3 or 1 till 4. No, Ryan, I'm not going to stream PM today. There you go. It's a good trade, you know. Wick low is your target there. Do I stream every AM session? I do, yeah. All right, man. We'll see you tomorrow, Bez. Yeah, nice trade, you know. All right, Jeff. Appreciate you being here, man. Typically around now, Dylan, 11:30 to 1 or 1:30 is typically not an ideal range to be trading in. Just simply the volume increase isn't there. Kind of dies off. Yeah, you cop one, Jimmy. Give it a shot. Grab one of them. Notice the price reverses a lot at 11 a.m., so sometimes I wait and look for reversal. Yeah, I can see that. 10 o'clock, too, I've noticed. 10 o'clock, it seems to like sweep a level and then reverse. You're funny, Yummy. We all know you got the deep pockets around here. You ain't fooling anybody. This is the 5-minute atomic. I'm about to call it too, boys. This isn't anything I want to trade. We're sitting here teasing London. I want to see a sweep of London. Liquidity's dying off on the book map. So I'll come back and check in the PM, but for the most part, this is not ideal for me. Book map one last time. Got you. Real quick. This is ES. Starting to get a little movement there. All right, Uno, have a good one, man. All right, boys. I'm out. Y'all have a good day. Stay blessed. Stay green if you're green. If you're red, don't make it worse. Don't overtrade. When was the last time you traded? I took that trade last Thursday on stream. And then I took a trade Friday, I believe, as well. Yeah, didn't take a trade yesterday. But I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Be safe today. Love you guys. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for all the engagement, the follows, the likes, everything. If you haven't already, go ahead and drop a follow. Subscribe on YouTube. And we'll be back. We're live every day, 9 a.m. Eastern time. So appreciate you guys being here. Take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, Diminish. Have a good one, man.